Are you a freelancer? Do you want to be a highly paid freelancer? In this webcast with the Department of Information Communications Technology, Caraga Region, I share the 5 secrets of highly paid freelancers. Okay? And here we go.
Welcome to another episode of DICT Mindanao Cluster 2 webinar series. In this episode, you will be able to learn about the 5 steps to landing high-paying freelancing clients. And now I'll be introducing to you our resource speaker for this afternoon's webisode. He is an international award-winning communications professional, a multi-awarded content creator, and a respected result-oriented digital marketing strategist and a business coach. Coach Ruben, as his students call him, has helped more than 100 businesses start, grow, and scale their businesses through an effective and actionable digital marketing strategies. He is also the founder and chief digital strategist of estratdigital.com. Before successfully launching an international award-winning digital marketing in 2015, he had been a freelancer for more than 6 years. He is also one of our Digital Jobs PH trainer, and I personally think that Coach Ruben is one of our best trainers. Let's all welcome Coach Ruben Licera Jr.
Thank you, Ma'am Therese. And thank you very much, everyone, for being here. I'm really excited to more or less share to you what I've been sharing to my students for the past few years. And this time it's more than that because I've gone back to my roots and really checked on how I was able to get to this point, because I've been offered to do some masterclass on how to do highly paid freelancing jobs. And with that, I really did some presentation, and luckily Miss Therese also is asking for the same template, so I'm just redoing the same template over and over again to high-level clients. Now, to all of you who are here right now, I know you're excited about this presentation because this is more or less the vehicle that you've been looking for. So for those who are still not a freelancer, are everyone here freelancer? Can you reply yes or no in the chat box below? Okay, so more or less everyone is a freelancer. Okay, we have to know from Jovi, Del, JC. Okay. So it's a mixed audience. Now, to all those freelancers here, do you want to become a highly paid freelancer? Can you reply yes or no? Wow, okay. Absolutely. Yes. You want to become a highly paid freelancer. Now, can you chat to me, how much are you aiming for as a freelancer? How much are you aiming for as a freelancer per month? Can you state a number? How much? 100K per month. Wow, okay. Actually, 100K per month can be just a client. Okay, 5 digits will do. 10,000 pesos is also 5 digits. Maybe you should aim higher. At least 15K. Ma'am, hindi po ito training for starter freelancer. This training is positioned, is more or less giving you an idea of how much can you earn if you're doing like this. 50 to 100K is okay. No idea, okay. It's a good thing that you said no idea, but if you're starting a virtual assistant for a direct client abroad, you will be starting at around 4.5 USD per hour. So at that rate, you will get around 45 to 55,000 per month for a client, depending on how good you are. Okay, so again, I would like to thank you very much for being here and for being so proactive in joining our conversation. And I know you have so much questions out there, and if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat box, and later I will go through it, and if not, we can talk directly, and so that I can give you more insights on how to how can you transition to become highly paid freelancer, or if you're not a freelancer, how can you become directly a highly paid freelancer? Now, I know this seminar is more or less same, sounds like the similar seminars that you've been seeing online, but I think this is totally different. Why is my training totally different? Because this training is based on my background as a full-time digital marketing strategist for the past 9 years. And I've been teaching this to all my students online via masterclass, and also the latest students that I did was with my students in Surigao and in uh, Siquijor, and a lot more. I'm doing online masterminds for some of my key students, where I teach them how to do the same thing over and over again. And this is based on my background, doing this 24/7, 8 hours a day, or every day for the past 9 years. Now, my goal for this class is very simple. I want you to understand that the only way for you to exponentially grow your income is through being a highly paid freelancing or freelancer online. The thing is, people always think freelancer as an alternative income, but actually, it can be your income. It can be your primary source of income, or more than that, depending on how you are able to finally see the value of being an online freelancer. Second is, the only way to master the skills of being a highly paid freelancer is understanding the proven way on how you can do it. Okay, the problem with all of those who are planning or still doing freelancing is that they keep on planning with so many excuses in life that in the end they really failed to put their feet wet. And I think at some point it's not your fault, considering that we have been brought up with so many rejections in life, with so many problems, with so many negative reinforcements from our life. Di mo na kaya, hindi mo kaya yan. So, example, when I started, my father laughed at me and said, "What are you doing with your life? You have a very good job, a permanent job. You're earning very good, but why did you quit it? Why did you stop?" And this is more or less the things that I'll be sharing to you today. Because this training is for everyone. But mind you, as much as I would like to say everyone can be a freelancer, but or everyone can be a highly paid freelancer, but the problem is not everyone is willing to do the things that I'll be going to share, because for them it takes a lot of work. But if you're a person who wants to take control of your time, who wants to grow your income exponentially, yung mga taong gustong kumita ng malaki online, at tapos yung mga taong gustong magawa yung mga bagay na gusto nilang gawin anytime, anywhere, this is the training that you need to spend time on. So if you're doing this right now, please feel free to be comfortable. Take a notebook, take a pen, write something. If there's something that pops up in your mind and you think it can't be resolved, please feel free to take note of it, and I will answer it later. Because the thing is, you're not the first people who discovered this. We have been doing this for the past few years, and we've done a lot of mistakes, and all you have to do is follow through this. So these are the things that you need to appreciate, that this thing can easily be done. And if you finish this presentation, what I will be doing is I will give you a copy of this presentation, more or less a blueprint with actionable strategies, and this will be exclusively given to those who are here right now. And I hope you stay in the end, because I'm tracking how many people are there, and I will also give you the link where you can sign up in the next 5 minutes after we end this presentation, and after that I will close the list. Okay? So if you're doing what I'm doing right now, you can earn as much as this much for a client. Who can see the value? How much is it? This is just a client. Okay na, ne? Okay na? So I just covered some information because at some point, the thing is, the previous trainings that I did, I posted my 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 number, my details, and all of a sudden my account gets locked. Why? Because most of these people who are really interested with how much I'm earning, they're trying to log into my account and then automatically I'm locked out. So this is just one client, and literally what we're doing is for this client just several hours per day. Okay. Or how about this one? So these are just income that you can possibly earn if you can master what I'm trying to share to you right now. Okay, I've been teaching this to a lot of my students, and most of them will succeed. As much as everyone can become highly paid freelancer, but the thing is, not everyone can do it because it's not because of the, the, the blueprint. It's all about how willing you are to invest and move forward with it. Okay, so before we move forward, I would like to introduce myself. It's okay with you. Okay, just for us to get to know better and for you to know what's my story and how I started. So most of you have known me as either the chief digital strategist of eStrat Digital, which is the company I own, and also perhaps you've seen me hosting Virtualpreneur Summit, which is the largest digital marketing event for local and small businesses affected by COVID-19 in the world, or me doing some talks in highly paid events in all over the country. Or at the same time, maybe you're one of my previous students. Or perhaps, example, si Mami Sari, who's been with me. I mean, Mami Sari was there when I was just starting out, and then finding our niche in the digital sphere. Now, I've traveled to more than 20 countries for both work and play, and then I can do whatever I want anytime I want. But few people know that when I started my career online or my career as a professional, I was not really the ideal student. I'm nothing special. If you look at my face right now, I know you have a friend or somebody or who looks like me. Okay. I don't think that I'm intelligent, Mami Sari. I think the thing is I was really trying to improve myself to take me off from the way that I have lived my life with. If you have lived your life eating sardinas, pancit canton every day, I've done that. I have lived in squatters area for several years to get things by. So as a professional, I started my career as a burger flipper. Burger flipper is a burger machine. Who's familiar with burger machine? All those based in Metro Manila, burger machine, right? And I'm a late bloomer. I graduated. My batchmates graduated in 2000. I graduated 2004. And then in 2010, when I had a very good job. I burned out. Then literally that's the time that I started my full-time career as a digital professional. By the time I started as SEO specialist, where with an Australian client, and it's one client, and I think that time, if I'm not mistaken, we're earning 40,000, Mami Sari, no? Akin 40,000 per month nun eh. I'm not really sure how much yours, but that was 2010. Now, in 2010, the thing is, when I was starting that career, I know, apologies for my French, but shit happened. So when I was starting my gig online, After 2 months yata, 2 to 3 months by yun, Ma'am Sari, that we were kicked out of the team and we were shifted to another team. So it was really a struggle for us, considering that that was only the only source of your income. Then automatically you were kicked out. And then while you were starting to earn by June, nagka-dengue ako. Have you remembered before gaano kamahal ma-admit sa hospital pag nagka-dengue? Supposed to be, I came in from a training from Manila. Then when I returned home, nagka-dengue ako. So when I checked up sa hospital, then hindi na ako pinalabas. So paglabas ko doon, automatically I was billed more than 70 or 110,000 something. Because that time, dengue was not really a familiar disease. So that time, problema kasi doon dati is, when you start earning so, not really big, but you have enough, then the tendency is you try to spend all of it. To the extent that when you have problems, you don't have additional funds for you to really spend on. So, burned out ka na, wala ka pang trabaho, nagkasakit ka pa. Okay? And then, pagka-September uli, nagkasakit uli ako. But this time, it was accumulated of me eating so much fats. If you're from Cebu, you're familiar with ginabot. Diba? I'm a huge fan of ginabot, so I didn't realize that since the time that I was eating it until 2010, my gallstone was really growing. And in 2010, it was already 0.4 cm. So that's around 0.4 inch, 0.4 inches. So that's really huge. And imagine, your gallbladder is just 1 inch, and then you have 0.4 pounds. So literally, it's clogging my gallbladder, and literally, para bang if it struck, the pain is so painful that you wished you were dead. Before my friends would always say, maybe mas okay daw pag masakit ang ngipin, but actually if you have a gallstone in your gallbladder, it's so painful that you wish you were dead. So after that, I left the hospital. I got another 100K bill. And then finally, in December, na-hospital uli ako, but this time because of an appendectomy. So my appendix was removal. So literally that year, I was starting my career already as a freelancer. It was also the time that baga, shit hit the fan. Literally, if I remember those times. Those are the times that you thought there was no God. You thought that it was the end of it all, because you have so much loans, and these loan sharks are asking you to pay your loans. You have around $500,000 loan to pay, and literally you're earning just this much to get by and do the things that you love. So if you're thinking that I'm lucky to be here right now, actually it was not pure luck, because when at the time I started, every shit, or sorry for the word, every problem that you can think of, I had passed through it all. That's why in 2010, that was the year, December, that was the year that I realized that I want to take control of my life. That's why if you check on my profiles, I always advocate living the great life, because for me, living the great life is being able to do the things you love anytime I want. And for me to do that, I need to earn exponentially for me and my family. And it was not really an easy goal, because from 2010, I only did stabilize my business around 2015. So look at how much years did I take through. But I'm not saying it's too difficult and you cannot do it, because the problem with me that time is I did it on my own. I did so much online training. I did so many learnings, books. I tried everything that I need to do uh, for for all of the trainings. I think I've spent more around a million already in just improving myself. But there's a problem with that, because if you do it on your own and you don't have any coach or somebody who can train you to speed up the process, then you will spend so much time figuring out on your own. Okay, it's like you going to school. I think what's good about now is we have YouTube wherein all of these things are discussed, algebra. But if you do it on your own, is and nobody's putting in the foundation, the process, and the actionable strategies of how to do it, then it's really difficult. But since I was able to do it on my own, you don't need to do it on your own and spend so much time wasting finding strategies of how to make it. So example, if you're starting an online career now, most often than not, what people would always ask you to do is learn a skill, and then from there you work for free to get testimonials, and then after several weeks of unguided trainings, uh, you started your site, started spending, and then after several months, you don't you don't literally sell because you are not really encouraged to sell, and those training you to become a freelancer doesn't even know how to sell or intentionally selling the service, your service online. Or how can you know that you're doing the right thing because nobody's teaching you how to polish your skill set, and you don't know how to get clients from the existing clients that you have, or how can you establish a referral system, or how can you get more clients that, because this is the thing, there are a lot of possible clients that you can get online, but the problem is, can these clients be the right clients for you? So imagine this: you have 4 clients paying, example, hypothetical, you have 4 clients paying you, example lang ha, 10,000 per month, versus 1 client paying you 100,000 for the same bulk of work. Which will you prefer? Kindly chat below. Kindly chat. Which do you prefer? Client, group of clients A or the client B? Definitely you go for client B, because with client B, you have lesser client, but you can give higher value to the client because you're doing it. I mean, you're not wasting so much time. You're not stretching yourself so thin. Okay. But the strategy that I'm teaching you is this: when you're doing freelancing, you should have this at the end of your mind, that you need to position yourself as a high-end freelancer. That should be on top of your mind. Second, you should market yourself not by actively selling yourself, but by giving and adding value to your prospect clients. Next, you need to embrace that in everything you do, money making is essential. Why? Because as much as you want to sustain any of your operations, and if you're not earning the right income for your business, then automatically you're at a loss, to the extent that you will be really wrapping up. Okay? And then you need to also build sales funnel and back end for you to be able to sustain getting clients and then make service them. Because the thing is, how, if you have so many high end clients and then you're one man army, how can you manage all of them? And then lastly, you need to create a process or a system for it to be permanently running, even if you're not around, even if you're not in your business. Does everyone is everything clear? Does it make sense to everyone? Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now, May clap, ha. Now, I want to share to you the 5 secrets that you need to understand. Okay? These are the 5 secrets that you need to focus for you to be able to become a highly paid freelancer. Okay? Secret number 1. Secret number 1 is the answer to why online freelancing is one of the easiest ways to earn your first million online. And literally, for me, when I was able to master this on the first month, I was really able to earn so much. Okay? Next, how anyone can be a highly paid world-class freelancer even if you have zero or no talent. It's possible, actually. Next, secret number 3 is how to get your target customer to ethically hand you their credit card every time you talk. Okay? So, para bang, before I always wish that if I talk, people will just give me just sign up for service. But now it happens that what we normally do is we always decline clients, especially if they don't align with our values and culture. Next. Secret number 4 is the one thing that you need to build to constantly provide a stream of client over and over again. Do you want clients over and over again? This is the thing that you need to do. And then lastly, to complete it all, the system that allows you to increase revenue anytime you want. Because the thing is, with most freelancers, they have time increasing revenue for clients, so it's really a challenging time for them to really improve or grow their revenue. So the first one, the answer to why online freelancing is one of the easiest way to earn your first million is because as an highly paid online freelancer or a millionaire freelancer for that matter, one of the critical things that you need to master is your core well-being. Okay? Repeat after me. Core well-being. Why is your core well-being so important? People always think na nani siya. I want to become a freelancer, then I become a freelancer. Ta-da! Is that the way a freelancer does it? No. Because you need to understand, being a freelancer or highly paid freelancer is like running a marathon. It's not a sprint. Okay? Sprint is you run so fast and then you achieve 200 meters, 500 or 1,000 meters. But for a freelancer, for you to become a freelancer, you need to understand that you're running a marathon. Okay, to those of you who are running marathons here, I know there are a lot of people who wants to run a marathon, diba? So, is running a marathon very easy to do? Diba? Okay, gusto kong tumakbo ngayong itong fun run. Takbo kagad ako tomorrow. Ganun ba yun? Even if you're running 5 kilometers lang in a marathon, it's a fun run, you would realize that if you're not fully prepared, your body is not fully prepared, your well-being is not fully prepared, you will puke in the couple of meters and then end up not ending the fun run. So it's no longer fun for you because you end up puking. And I know a lot of you can relate to that because I did it at some point in time also. Nauna yung utak natin, kaya ko to. So, okay, I decided to become a freelancer. Ba-dang! No. You need to understand that you need to be fully prepared to become a freelancer. For one, you need to understand that there's a dimension of view of your well-being. Okay? Is your environment ready for this? Financially, are you ready for this? Spiritually, vocationally, emotionally, socially, physically, mentally. So example, financially. Okay, at some point, there are others who started their freelancing gig with nothing. I myself, I started with 500 pesos in my pocket, and then I borrowed a gaming PC from my brother. So that started my career. But for all the other dimensions, more or less, I was already prepared to do something big because that time I have nowhere to go. I have so much debt. I have so much things that I want to do in life, but I can't do it because I'm living in a squatters area. I don't have enough income, and literally I want to get married by 2011, but still I don't have savings. So just by thinking about it, you would know that I have so much in my mind that I need to do, that I want to speed up the process of doing it. The question is, in my training, if you're undergoing my training, the reality is we will go through each of this to prepare you for the, the process. Because the thing is, if you're not ready, then we will not push through. To all my previous students in the DICT training, they would understand that the first 2 days of my training will be focused on how you are, how ready you are to really undergo this training, because if not, you will stop. Okay? Next is, the other thing that you need to understand is you want to balance your life. And for you to be able to balance and appreciate your life, is you need to find your ikigai. It is what makes your life purposeful at some point. Question, because at some point, you need to identify if this the thing that you're doing is something you're passionate about. Is this your mission? Is your vocation? Is your profession? But if you look too deeply, for me, it summed up into two things. I want to do, I want to live, I want to give a better life for my family. Because I, uh, pinanganak kaming hindi mayaman. Literally, my father is a church minister, and if a church minister, we don't own any house, and we just live on how much the brethren gives to the family. But remember this: I am a family. I am from a family of 6 brothers and sisters, well, with one special brother. And then imagine me dreaming of having a house, traveling so many countries, and so on. If I'm just doing this as an employee, I won't think that I will be able to do it. But now with the things that with all of the blessings that I'm having right now, because I decided with the help of God that I need to do this for my family, that's my ikigai. My balanced life is for me to be able to understand that for me to become the best version of myself, I need to understand that my passion, mission, vocation, profession will always sink down to the future that I want to give to my family. Now, for you, before you start freelancing, think what's your deepest cause why you are doing this. But if you think that it's just for the money, then you might be wrong, because the thing is, money should be a vehicle for you to do something. But if not, then you'll be stopped at some point, because if you've started achieving so much income, then you will stone down and finally stop. And I've seen so many students doing it because they don't have any purpose already. For you, what do you want to do if you have high income as a freelancer? Think of it. Think of it. And also, in my training, I always process students for them to understand the value of having a growth mindset. Okay, so as you can see, the core of being a freelancer is not really about having money to start it, having what do you call this, resources to start it. Because I know for a fact, I've interviewed a lot of entrepreneurs, more than 200 of them right now, and I've realized nobody in their right mind would say that they can't do anything because they don't have money, they don't have resources. Why? Because if you have good idea and you have a purpose of why you're doing it, you will pull heaven and hell to be able to do it. And that's a life with no excuse. That's why if you're doing my training, the most common word that you will be hearing from me is, I don't really accept excuses, because if I did it years ago, then we won't be here right now. I might be there on the other side listening. Okay? That's why you need to understand first strategy, the first pillar is for you to understand your core. Your core is for you to be able to understand, are you or is this for you? Because being a successful, highly paid freelancer is not a sprint. It is a marathon that you will be running, continuously improving over and over again until you're able to achieve to a certain level that you want to achieve. But the thing is, when you arrive on that area, you'll have another level of growth that you want to achieve. And for you, if you don't have any goal, if you don't have a purpose, and automatically you will stop at any point. As soon as you have the money to as a goal. Okay? That's the first pillar or first key of having a highly paid freelancing gig. The second one is answer to the question, how to easily acquire highly and in-demand skills to easily charge. The thing is, before, you need to have the skill set for you to be able to do it. But the thing is, you don't really have to have the skill set for you to be able to do it. Who's familiar with this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill? Please reply. What, to those who were Mami Sari, I know you know this book because you recommended this to me before. So I really searched for this book. There was, I think, just you recommended around 8 books that time, and then I really found that book and started to read it. And the thing is, the funny thing with Napoleon Hill is he was really a popular motivational speaker of his time. He was no Dale Carnegie, but what he did was he cloned how Dale Carnegie is positioning himself as an authority on motivational speaking. So Dale Carnegie has how to blah blah. I forgot the book, but I have those books. Sa dami ng libro ko, minsan nakakalimutan ka na, di ba? How to influence people. That was a very popular book of Dale Carnegie. And now here comes this and nobody from somewhere. What he did was he interviewed Dale Carnegie and then keep on repeating that he has interviewed Dale Carnegie and implemented all of the learnings he had learned from Dale Carnegie, so as to the end point of associating himself like Dale Carnegie. Now, if you look at the Napoleon Hill Foundation compared to Carnegie Foundation, you'll realize that Napoleon Hill Foundation is much more huge than the Dale Carnegie Foundation. Why? What happened? What Napoleon Hill just did was just simply copying what successful people are doing it. Right? How are successful people doing it? Now, think of this. There are a lot of people who had able to do this already. And one thing that I'm pretty sure of is that if you reach out to them and you want to learn more what they are doing, they will definitely reply to you. That is 99.9%. They will agree to have an interview with you. Trust me, I have done that. When I was starting, I had interviewed a lot of people, those highly paid freelancers, and asking them how they did it. Then I realized that, this is the way they're doing it. So in 2011, if you if you check my slide share, I just checked this earlier. I've seen that the first professional presentation that I did was for Ramon Aboiti's Foundation in 2011. And this was my first presentation. And then I had several presentations in some schools, because I realized most of those who are really positioning themselves as experts are really talking and sharing their thought. Around that time, I'm not really a good one. If it's SEO that you're thinking of, then I'm really good SEO. But that time, I'm seeing the potential of social media blooming as another gold mine. So for me to be able to position myself as a social media expert, I started talking about social media. And for that to happen, I took some courses from Inbound Marketing, which is the previous university of HubSpot, and then Expert Rating, a certification university online, and then associated myself with high-end brands like Ramon Aboiti's Foundation, the Young Minds Academy, and so on. So I started to talk to people and sharing what I learned, and even uploading my presentations so that when they search about this, they would see me. And now I'm still doing it. I have my own website, I have Facebook and LinkedIn profiles. And these are the three platforms that I get constant clients. Okay? So why am I focused on promoting my brand? Because if they go to my site, I know that there are more or less the right client that I'm targeting. Okay? The common problem that we have is we want to become a highly paid freelancer, but we don't know who are our target clients. That's a problem, because if you don't know your target clients, then how would you position your communication to be able to attract the right client? That's why in my training, I always emphasize also the value of positioning yourself, finding the pain points, and being able to address these pain points so that the right clients can find you. Okay? That's why if you found successful people in the niche already, example, if you want to become a social media, okay, this is the thing also. Not all skills can be highly paying in a couple of years. Example, social media. So, social media marketing is on its plateau. So at some point it will going down. But being a digital marketing strategist is a long time career, considering that as a strategist, you will be helping business grow. And as soon as you have one successful story that you can share to people, then you literally have more clients that you can sign up to. So if you have found these people who are really successful in their niche, talk to them, model with them, and find how they're doing it. The third pillar is for you to understand that you need to attract the right customer, because if you're saying to me right now that all of the people online, all of the entrepreneurs, your target customer, then you're a lost cause, because you need to understand you have to have the specific demographics of your customer for you to have the right clients, because the right clients will definitely pay you the right or bigger amount because they understand the value of working with you. Okay? So you need to understand who is my target customer. So if you're starting a freelancer, who's your target customer? Okay, I just want to find another client online. So if that's your mindset, then basically you will just get another client who will pay you meager per hour, to the extent of you saying, hindi pala maganda to freelancing kasi hindi naman maganda income, akin maliit lang, ganyan. Because you position yourself to start with na ganyan lang talaga mentality mo for freelancing. If you understand that freelancing is a high-end job, if you're finding the right niche, then you'll be able to do the right thing. Finding the right customer and pegging them the right services because you have the pain point. So if you're undergoing if you're doing this, you need to understand the buyer's journey. So how can this target? So to those who have undergone my training already, I'm just reviewing this. You need to understand how can your target customer be aware that you're present, that you're there to answer their problem. Second, It's like one ba? It's like you have a very painful tooth. Okay, ang sakit ng ngipin mo, ang sakit ng ngipin mo. Sa sakit ng ngipin mo, what you will do is you will always go to the pharmacy and get paracetamol, Alaxan, or any pain reliever for that matter. But if you have a rotting teeth and it's so painful, you will definitely go to the dentist. You will wait no more because the painful is so huge that you are willing to pay a dentist to pull it off. That is how you should understand a freelancer is. If you're able to identify what is the pain point and how you can how you are able to address it, how you can become the solution to their painful problem, then you will be able to get the right client. Then, understandably, there will be a lot of people more or less the same competition or the same league as you. How can you compete with them? So you need to understand, you need to process how you're able to do it. Okay, next, decide. How can you decide? How can you help those customers decide on how to build, to finally choose you? For one, you can build your testimonials. You can build reviews. How people are seeing your trainings. How are you able to give success to your target clients? If you're able to sum it up and put it in a platform like a website, then basically you can start rolling in. Coach, I don't want to spend website. Yes, you can start with LinkedIn. Actually, I got so much clients right now just by running campaigns in LinkedIn. And it's automated actually. And it's one of the trainings that I teach one of my freelancer students because there's a tool that you can use and automatically it just runs. And if you check my LinkedIn, if you use it wisely, you'll be able to get so many connections and relationships to the end that it's constantly marketing you online unintentionally, intentionally, but not really pushing. So it's just like kumbaga pag nagliligawan paduding ba? Paduding. Kung sabi sa'yo, paduding. Meaning, okay, I'm here if you want my service, blah, 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 but you're not really actively selling your service. Okay? And also, you need to have a funnel, how to be able to bring them into your process and then automate it so that from time to time, it will just be there. So they go to your funnel and then, okay, you understand that they are your target customer, then you sign them up to your service. Then example, if you have a service, that's why it's also important in this process that you need to identify what are your products and services. And all of these are the things that you need to understand in this level of the third pillar. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Apologies kasi I think somebody muted me. Okay. Okay. So that's the third pillar. Okay. The third pillar will encourage you to smartly focus on the customers you want for them to be attracted to you. And as soon as they decided to solve their problem, you are there to solve their problem. Okay. So what I'm giving you is the general idea of how the things being done. Okay. And then hopefully in the blueprint, I will identify what are the activities that you need to do per pillar. And the fourth, if you're finding a skill set that you need to master and to create, to create, for you to be able to consistently have flowing clients and leads, you need to start building communities. Okay, this is what we did for example for Ricos Lechon. To those of my students, they would know that I always brag about Ricos Lechon because Ricos Lechon is one of our success stories as a team, because when we started, it started as a freelancing gig between me and Ricos Lechon, and then as soon as the requirement grew, automatically the team also grew until now we have a separate team delivering the service for Ricos Lechon. And the thing is, if you're able to understand what's their need and you can wrap up people who have similar need, who will be the target authority? That will be you. This is an image I grabbed by Digital Marketer because it says a lot about how you can become a better, why it's important that experts should become community managers, or experts are community managers, because communities are bonded by goals, experiences, and interests, and most often you're bonded by the common pains in doing business. So if you're able to sum up or round up all of these entrepreneurs who have the same problems, and then put it in one community, and you try to solve their problems, then automatically you become the expert. And most often, the solution to their problem can be searched online as a start. But as soon as you get the client, you can also start doing it on your own or hire somebody to do it for you. The thing is, there are a lot of people who have very good skill set that you can hire to be your staff, for them to be able to do it for you on your behalf. Okay? So it doesn't necessarily follow that you need to do it on your own to build skill set ASAP. All you have to do is find this target customer, find them in their community, or if not, you start their community. Because if a happy customer in your community can always share potential customers in the same league. I would understand that these successful entrepreneurs will have similar friends who have similar struggles, and they will share it to other friends and so on. So, Sikwan, you have digital marketing problem, look for Ruben, because Ruben solved our blah, 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 blah. And they want to brag about it, because if they have successful stories, example, for Rico's Lechon, what happened with Rico's Lechon is we always get, as much as we don't want to get Manila-based clients, because at some points before I have problems with how much they are really willing to pay, but I realized it was my fault, because I didn't really position myself as a high-end freelancer. But now I get constant increase and leads from people who were just randomly referred to by other clients because they saw us in the newspaper or they know somebody else and so on. And that's the cycle. If you're able to establish this system, then you have constant lead of clients coming in for your business. And mind you, you don't find them, they will find you, because they know you can solve their problem as you have solved their peers' problem. Understand this. Happiness is living the life by adding value to other people's life. Remember, of all the top entrepreneurs, digital millionaires, and you would realize that all of them are solving pain points, problems. Even Amazon is doing it. And if you're doing it, then basically you will have a very good life, because you will have constant high quality clients coming into your funnel. And in my training, I always teach this also, how you can do this process automatically. Lastly, for secret number 5, the one thing that you need to ensure to have continuous flow in income over and over again and in automation is for you to form a company, organization, that there's a management structure and SOP. What's the goal for this? This is the common problem that I had, and I had this problem also before. I had so much clients that the problem is I can no longer maintain them with me in the system. It's the same thing with Nathan Hirsch. Nathan Hirsch is one of the people that I have interviewed, and if you're familiar with FreeUp, is the co-founder of FreeUp, which is started with 5,000 USD. And in 5 years' time, he grew it into a 12 million revenue platform. And I know most of the freelancers here are really into that platform. It can be a good start as a freelancer, but I don't really suggest it as a long-term platform, because it cannot encourage you to attract the right customers and clients to buy your service. Okay? You need to understand that it's really hard to start an SOP, but if you don't have any background of running a business, it's difficult. That's why you need to have mentors who can really teach you how to create a system wherein you can be out of the process, and you can just look in if there are concerns and problems. Because the best way to really manage a business is on the business and not in the business. Because if you're in the business, then most probably there will be mishaps happening and you can see it. If you have SOP, standard operating procedure, you are ready for the future. You can simplify performance management, consistent and quality control, knowledge loss protection, because you are protected, everything is documented, and at the same time you can understand what's the process flow. And with this one, you can easily scale up your revenue as a freelancer, as a solo entrepreneur. Okay. So you need to understand that having a highly paid freelancing career is for you to understand that it is a business that you need to work on and not a business that you are in. This is the time that you will be hiring people to work for you, to deliver the service that you're committed to deliver. So again, the 5 secrets of millionaire freelancers are this. They are fully prepared to take on being a highly paid freelancer for well-being. Second, they are credible professionals. They're able to clone other professionals in the field. Third, they know how to attract clients. So if you're not able to attract, if you don't have any system to attract clients, then basically you will have some issues in the future, because you might have the credibility, but you're not attracting them the right way. Then you will end up losing so much money investing on building your credibility. And then you need to create community. How can you create this community? These are the processes that you need to understand and focus on. And then lastly, you need to have company management and automation, which will solve your problem on how you can increase your revenue anytime you want.